You know what hurts the most? When you think you finally moved on, when you thought you've healed, and then Allah tests you with the same pain again. That same heartbreak, that same disappointment, and even that same loss. You start wondering, why is this happening again? Did I not learn the lesson the first time? Does Allah not see how hard I tried to move on? But here's the truth. When Allah brings back that same test, believe me when I tell you, it's not to break you. It's to reveal what you couldn't see before. By the end of this video, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, you'll understand why those painful cycles keep coming back and how to finally break free from them. Have you ever felt like you keep ending up on the same emotional place, no matter how much you grow, or no matter how hard you try to make changes in your life? And this isn't something that is strange or something that you should feel as though, is specific to you. This is something that we all go through, even though you may not see it in other individuals that you may be around. There are plenty of people all over this world that keep going through the same problems. As a matter of fact, I want you to sit down and think about the fact that many of you know individuals personally that are constantly going through the same issues over and over again, whether it be in their familiar relationships, whether it be at their jobs, whether it be with being able to keep jobs, over and over and over again. And it's easy for us because a lot of times we have the shaitan or the shayateen from mankind and from the jinn whispering in our ears, Allah doesn't like you. This is why you're being tested with these things. And in all actuality, the truth behind it is that there is some lesson in it for us to learn. We just may not have learned our lesson. So Allah Ta'ala, out of His love and concern for us, shows us until we're able to notice what it is so that we can make the proper changes so that we can be successful. I hope this explains a little bit. Sometimes we have to understand that Allah doesn't repeat a test to punish you. He repeats it to prepare you. The difference between breaking and growing lies in what you choose to do the second time around. Now you may ask, why does this matter? And I'm going to break it down under those three lenses that I always use: the personal lens, the community lens, and the future lens. So in terms of the personal lens, you might feel like you're going around in circles. Like every time you build some peace, something comes to rip it down. These repeated trials shake your confidence and they make you doubt in your own ability to heal from your pains. And in terms of the community lens, our ummah is full of brothers and sisters walking around with unhealed wounds, carrying around pain that they think they've left behind, but they really haven't. But that unhealed pain, it spills into other situations or areas of our lives, like into our marriages, friendships, parenting, and even how we treat one another in the masjid. And in terms of the future lens, as I always say, if nothing changes, then these cycles become generational. The same bitterness, mistrust, and fear of love will be passed down from parent to child. But if you learn to face your pain through the lens of Allah's wisdom and the understanding of Allah's wisdom, you can stop it at your level. You can turn the test into transformation. And I want to talk to y'all about something dealing with this issue of transformation. Because I had, one of you had asked me about, what it is that I give to my community exactly. And I need you to understand the thing that I'm offering you, the thing that I'm giving you through all of these videos is definitely transformation. But I need you to understand it's not transformation of wealth. I'm not going to make you richer per se. I'm not going to make you more beautiful or more handsome per se. The thing that I offer you is a transformation of your mindset. And once we start thinking better and understanding better, it puts us in a situation to do better in all aspects of our lives. This is what it is that I give you. This is why so many of you keep coming back and watching video after video after video, Some of you keep binge watching the videos because you're getting something out of this. And this is that transformation of our mindset. We're able to see things differently. So this is to answer that question, not to go off on a tangent, but because I just mentioned transformation, you need to understand what type of transformation you're looking for. And I hope that makes things a little more clear. Now, I do want to get back to what it was I was just saying to you, though. And what I want to know from you right now is which one of these perspectives hits you the hardest? Is it the personal pain, the community pain, or all of the pain that we're looking for in terms of what we're going to see in the future if nothing changes? And in terms of how all of this relates to your everyday real life struggles, you tell yourself you're fine. And this holds true until something small sets off those old emotions. Maybe it's seeing someone from your past, or watching a couple get married, or even losing another job. And suddenly that same ache and pain, it returns to you. You start thinking to yourself, and we've all been there, that I thought I healed. Why am I back here again? And to you, it seems like Allah keeps reopening the same wound. But the truth is that He's not reopening it to hurt you. He's reopening it to clean it properly and make sure that you're all right this time. Because maybe you didn't heal from it. Maybe you just buried it. Now, a lot of us confuse numbness for healing. We avoid, we distract, and we move on physically, but emotionally that pain, it still is live inside of us. And Allah, out of His mercy, doesn't let us carry that poison with us forever. So He brings it back in a different form to help us to purify it once and for all. Now, I do want to ask, because there are some of you that have talked about some of these pains with me in terms of issues dealing with your families, with your friends, with your spouses, on your jobs. And I know that it runs deep. But the reality is I want you to sit down and think about what I'm telling you right now. But this new way, or this transformative way to sit down and think and picture the problem, doesn't it make it look, and not just look, but feel differently? Like it's something that, is more of a mercy than a punishment? This is the way that we need to see it. And this is how we're going to actually get some benefit out of it. And stop listening to the whispers of the shaitan and telling us that we're doomed, that we can't get over, that we this, that we that, because this isn't the situation at all. You have to understand that Allah loves you, that Allah wants good for you, and Allah puts things in your lives that make you better and to help you get stronger, not to keep you down and keep you weak. Okay, we've reached the point in the video where, after discussing the reality of our problems, or the situation that we're talking about here, so now we're able to actually see it differently and stop listening to the whispers of the shaitan about the fact that Allah wants to hold us down. And the reality of the issue is Allah wants to help us grow. The reality of the situation is Allah wants us to learn a lesson so that we can be successful, that we may not have learned the first time or two. And we end up putting ourselves in the same exact situation. And Allah may want us to see how to get past that situation so that we can make better decisions. Now, we've reached that part of the video where what I want to discuss with you is the situation of, I need you to understand that, yes, we've discussed the problem. And we've seen the problem for what it is, and that it actually is a problem. The problematic part of it, though, is the way that we see it. When we start to realize and understand that we need to look at it differently and understand that Allah is having mercy on us, putting us in a situation so that we understand what it is that we did wrong and how to get out of it and how to avoid that situation in the future. That Allah Ta'ala wants us to learn a lesson so that we can be more successful in our lives. All right. So now that we've discussed the problems, now we're going to discuss the solutions. So as I always tell you, if you haven't already done it, go get a piece of paper and a pencil. Write down these steps I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you 5 steps to help you understand how to get past these situations when you see them come up in your lives. And it's not about if you see them come up in your lives, it's about when, because we all fall into these holes often. So I'm going to give you the steps, write them down. And as I always tell you, not just for yourself, but write them down for everyone else. Because there are going to be other individuals that come to you as they have in the past that are going through these problems, and you need to be able to help them. So this video is here to help you, and I'm going to give you what it is that you need to help everyone else. All right? So let's start talking about these practical solutions. And you'll see that you can start acting on them today to make a huge change in your lives. So how do you handle it when Allah tests you with the same pain again and again and again? Step 1. Stop asking why again and start asking, what is Allah trying to show me by me going through this time? Understand that every repeated test carries a new lesson. Maybe this time, Allah wants you to respond differently, with more patience, with better boundaries, or with a heart that trusts Him, even when it's hurt. Allah Ta'ala, He says in the Quran, and we will surely test you with something of fear and hunger and loss of wealth and lives and fruits. But give glad tidings to the patient. And this is in Surah Al-Baqarah. Understand that patience isn't just waiting for the pain to end. It's trusting that Allah knows what He's doing even while it hurts. Step 2. Revisit your first response. When the pain returns, ask yourself, how did I react the first time? Did I turn to Allah immediately, or did I turn to distraction? Did I let my emotions control me, or did I use them as a mirror? This is where growth actually happens. Allah doesn't test you twice with the same pain unless you're ready for the next level of understanding. Step 3. Let the pain teach you about your attachment. And what do I mean by that? Every repeated test exposes what you're still attached to. Maybe it's your ego, maybe it's people, maybe it's a version of life that you're not ready to let go of. And Allah's too merciful to let you stay chained to that which is going to hurt you. If you notice that same type of heartbreak, disappointment, or failure keeps showing up, it might be Allah's way of telling you, you still love something more than me. And until that love becomes purified, your test will return again and again as a reminder. Step 4. Reflect, release, and renew your dua. What am I talking about? Write down what the repeated pain is teaching you. Reflect on it. Cry about it if you have to, and make dua over it. Tell Allah exactly how you feel. Not in any fancy type of wording, but in real, raw conversation. Then release it. Make a new dua, not for the test to end, but for Allah to strengthen you through the test. Remember that the Prophet ﷺ said that the greatness of the reward is tied to the greatness of the trial. When Allah loves a people, He tests them. Whoever is pleased with His decree, meaning Allah's decree, will have His pleasure. And whoever is displeased with it will have His displeasure. So maybe, just maybe, this repeated test isn't a curse, but rather it's an invitation to a higher level of tawakkul. Step 5. Don't numb it this time. Don't drown the pain in distractions, music, or endless scrolling. Sit with it, pray through it, and talk to someone wise about the situation. Healing only happens when you face the pain consciously with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your heart. Because if you don't feel it, you won't heal it. You understand where I'm coming from with that? So let me ask you, what do you think that Allah might be trying to show you through your repeated tests? And be honest. Think about what pain keeps coming back and what lessons do you think are possibly hidden inside of these messages? And I'd like to hear from some of you, leave your comments in the comment section. Again, not for me, just for me, but for anyone else that could benefit from them. because your test might be a reminder to them. Also, as always, I want to tell you, if this message hit home for you, don't just move on. Someone out there is struggling, and they're struggling with the same pain, thinking that they're all by themselves, like they're alone. So like this video, leave a comment, and share it with someone that you know needs to hear it. And if you're serious about growing through your pain and becoming the type of Muslim who lives with purpose, even through hardship, make sure to join the Next Level Muslim community on Patreon. That's where we go deeper. We work through these types of struggles together, and we help each other rise. The link is in the description. Don't wait until the next test hits. Take the next step today, inshallah.